The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town. It had been empty for years, ever since Emily's grandmother died. The townsfolk said it was cursed. They told Emily not to go there. Emily didn't listen. She had inherited the house and everything in it. It was hers now. She thought it would be a good place to start her new life. She was wrong. The first few days were quiet. The house was large and dusty, but Emily didn't mind. She spent her time unpacking boxes and exploring the rooms. She found old furniture, books and paintings. She imagined her grandmother living there, surrounded by her things. At night she would sit by the fireplace and read. The wind howled outside, but she felt safe inside the house. She was all alone, but she didn't feel lonely. Not yet. One night Emily heard a noise. It was a faint whisper, coming from the walls. She stopped reading and listened. The whisper came again. It seemed to be calling her name. She told herself it was just the wind, but the whispers continued. They grew louder each night. They seemed to be coming from everywhere. Emily began to feel uneasy. She was no longer alone in the house. The whispers were just the beginning. Objects started to move on their own. Doors creaked open and slammed shut. Shadows flickered in the corners of her eyes. Emily tried to ignore it. She told herself it was just her imagination. But deep down, she knew something was wrong. One day she found a book in the attic. It was a diary, written in her grandmother's hand. Emily opened it and began to read. She soon wished she hadn't. Section 5. A desperate plea for silence. The diary told a horrifying story. It revealed that her grandmother had been a serial killer. She had lured victims to the house and murdered them. She had buried their bodies in the walls. Emily dropped the diary in horror. The whispers seemed to grow louder, swirling around her. She pressed her ear against the wall, desperate to understand. She could hear them so close, their voices pleading, begging for release. Then a cold, skeletal hand shot out from the wall, grabbing her wrist. Section 6. Flight from the shadows. Emily screamed, ripping her arm free. She didn't hesitate, didn't look back. She ran through the house, her heart pounding in her chest. She could hear the whispers following her, mocking her fear. She ran out of the house and into the night. She didn't stop running until she reached the town. She found a police officer and told him everything. He didn't believe her at first, but he agreed to go back to the house with her. Section 7. Skeletons in the walls. The police searched the house from top to bottom. They found what they were looking for in the walls. Skeletons, dozens of them. The bodies of her grandmother's victims. The news spread through the town like wildfire. The house on the hill was not just cursed, it was a tomb. Emily was horrified. She had been living in a house of horrors. Section 8. A grandmother's sin. Emily couldn't stay in town. She couldn't bear to be near the house. She packed a bag and checked into a hotel in the next town over. She tried to forget what she had seen, what she had heard. But the whispers followed her. They were fainter now, but she could still hear them. They whispered her name over and over again. They told her that her grandmother was not finished, that she needed to help them. Section 9. The whispers return. Emily tried to ignore them. She turned on the TV, hoping to drown them out, but the whispers grew louder. They told her to go outside, to find another victim. They promised her peace. They promised her release. Emily got up and walked to the door. She opened it and stepped outside. She was never seen again. The whispers, however, remain. They echo through the town, a chilling reminder of the secrets buried beneath the earth and the hunger that lingers in their wake.